Well, all right. You're watching the new episode of Fun Time Good Show. This is season
6.
Very exciting. Yay. Who knows if we're too loud or if we're too soft, because in studio today we have no audio coming through our headphones. Very, very exciting.
Although so you may just watching us silently.
Yeah, so maybe you don't know what the problem is, because I literally tried to explain it just now and you can't hear me. Also in studio today, we have Jason Jams. Very excited.
Yay, James.
Great and fantastic comedian. Jason James, but there's an E in there somewhere, too.
Yes.
Okay.
So, but I always add that afterwards. They charge more for the E. It's a vowel.
Do they?
So, yeah, they do.
You gotta buy it.
So, anyway, if you want to see what he looks like, well, there he is.
Yay.
People at home and on airplanes and buses. We're very
but they have to be at cruising altitude.
I don't know if you know that.
I've probably met quite a few of them.
Retired sea admirals and bus people tend to be our largest viewing
Is that your
audience.
demographic?
We have confirmation people can hear us.
Yeah, okay, good. So that is where
the Moby Dick audience is basically what we're looking for.
Yeah.
That's what we're hoping for.
So today on the show, like I said, we got Jason James, famous stand-up comedian. He's going to be making 2 jokes. It's going to be great. We're going to space them out so it's not piled on all at once. Don't want people to have an aneurysm. We're going to talk a little bit, of course, about Puffingtons, Pitch and Puff. And Taylor, we have a present for you today.
Shall we start with the present?
Should we start with the
I
present?
think we should.
Yeah,
It's present time already.
All right. Well, come up here.
Okay.
Taylor, come on down and come get your present. This is very exciting.
You get a UPS envelope.
Yay!
Yeah, we didn't.
It's padded.
Flip it this way.
Hey.
It's just a package. Okay. Take it. You can open it. Stand behind. Yeah, there. You're perfect. Right there. Okay. What do you think it is before you open it?
Oh, too late.
Band-Aid.
Yes. On your car.
Oh, for the person
Yeah.
For the person who hit your car.
There
Yes.
you go.
So now you can patch it up. No problem.
Now you won't be embarrassed. Or maybe
now
you'll be twice
that won't
as
draw
embarrassed.
attention to it at all.
Yeah, I was in a hit and run like 2 weeks ago. So
Tell the story.
that was fun. I was driving. I decided to go get Chick-fil-A before work, which I never do.
It's always Chick-fil-A.
So I missed my turn. So
It's
I went
always
to
Chick-fil-A
U-turn.
somewhere.
I went to U-turn, and this bitch didn't notice that I was U-turning and decided to just drive into my car, and then decided not to pull over and exchange information. And so I got a picture of her license plate, called 911. The dispatcher told me just to continue driving to work and to call them when I got to work. And because I had just been in a minor car accident, I wasn't thinking straight. So it's okay, that makes sense. Went to Chick-fil-A, got my Chick-fil-A, went to work. And then called 911 again. They sent out a cop, and he was like, well, I can't do anything because you left the scene of the
fled.
accident.
You're a
"Are you
fleer."
No,
fucking
here's the
kidding
best
me?"
part. The car is the scene of the accident.
Yes.
So if the car moves around, the scene of the accident moves.
Yeah, but
it didn't matter what piece of land it happened
Yeah,
on.
but the cop was
What
super
is
nice.
that? The 911 operator told you to do that.
Right.
Yes,
And then the cop was like,
Well,
because there's
the
no
cop-
revenue in that for
Well,
them.
the cop
Of
was
course
like,
not.
he's like, why did you drive to work? And I was like, well, the first dispatcher I called told me to. And he's like, the first dispatcher? I was like, yeah, I called twice. I called first, said this girl hit me. I got a picture of her license plate. She's heading in this direction because I was following her. And I missed her she ran a red light to get away from me. So bitch knew she hit me. But so she the dispatcher was like, well, your car's still working and all this stuff. I was like, yeah, I literally think it's just she tapped my car, but she hit me and drove off.
Right.
She's like, well, just call us when you get to work and we'll send a cop to look at your car. And so I called the second dispatcher. I was like, hey, I was in a hit and run and I'm at work now. I need a cop to come so I can file a police report. And so the cop got here. He's like, so the first person, you gave them the license plate, a description of the car, and where the car was heading, and they just said to go to work. And I was
you think they'd send a cop hey, all cops,
yeah, the
look
cop
out for
was
this.
pissed because he's like, I was at Chick-fil-A this morning because there was nothing to do. And I was like, hey, I went to Chick-fil-A too. But the cop was super nice about it. And he's like, if you were my wife, if you were my daughter, I would say don't file a police report.
If you were my wife, if you were my daughter, I might or might not have sex with you, depending on which one of those it was.
Who has the video camera?
Because I have 3 accidents on my driver's report.
Yeah.
I've been in 4. I've been rear-ended twice, and I've had
Ooh.
Well,
Sneak
you're a
that up
female
out there.
driver.
yeah,
That'd
I've
be
had
at least 4
2
points.
just shitty bad luck. Couldn't see past a curb. Couldn't see past a parked car. and got hit a couple times. But so he's like, it's not. He's like, the $200 ticket this person would get is not worth the $50 a month your insurance would go up.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna mail her a box of shit instead.
Yeah,
There's a company that will do it from exotic, weird animals.
They're called shit senders. And
Is that what it is? Yeah.
I've researched this. I can do gorilla, I can do cow, or you can do elephant. Or
I
you
think
can do-
elephant is pretty.
or you
What's
can do
weird is
shit
it's all
compact.
just me. My side
That's
business.
how
Thank
you
you
make
very
it.
much.
But he is a great fecal forger. I mean, he really can reproduce the droppings of any animal. It's
Well,
not just
yeah.
like they look like Jason James
Well,
poops.
so because I had the girl's license plate, I was able to get like all of her other information. So I know where she lives.
And we're going to be giving that license plate
I
and
know
personal
her
information at the end of the
name.
show.
I
Tweet that
know I creeped on her Facebook, which is mostly set to private, but like I know her insurance information. I know like everything.
We'll
about
call in
this
and report
girl.
the claim. There's nothing that says she has to call in and report it.
Well, because then my insurance will still go up.
No, not if you don't follow through with the claim, but if you report it, they're obligated to contact her and talk to them about it. And then just turn down the claim, then go to her and be like, look, either your insurance is going to go up and you're going to have to pay a claim, or you can give me $800. Or
Actually, like, literally all
I get
she
to
did-
slap you one time really hard.
Yeah, literally all it did was like scuff my back bumper. So there's no damage, everything's okay.
Yeah, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the running away part.
Yeah.
That's...
Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to send her a postcard because that can't really be traced, and just put like, I know what you
Now I
did,
can.
you know, and draw like a little red car on it.
And then we
And
murder
then,
her.
And then in a week,
blood?
I'll send her the box of shit.
Well,
at this point,
this is
it's
a good
been
point. Except for the fact you just admitted it to everyone
Yeah.
on the
Yeah,
internet.
but she probably
So we'll be
listened to
coming
us,
to you
but-
live from the
To be
jail
fair,
here in a
if
few
she's
weeks.
99.99% of the population, she's
Yeah.
not listening to this podcast.
But it's like, you know, at this point, it's been just long enough that like she's probably kind of forgotten about it.
Here's what you do.
And then she'll get a box of shit in the mail and be like totally fucking confused.
Yeah. No, here's you send her the postcard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you wait a little while. You send her the box of shit, and then you wait like a year, like
And then
till
I
she
sent her
forgets.
like a box with a dead puppy in
Then
it.
you send her her own animal.
What podcast am I on?
Just long enough.
Sending shit,
I did, yeah.
kittens.
Then you wait about 10 years,
Yeah.
and you
It's a
stalk and
murder
put her in a
mystery
sex
podcast,
dungeon.
whatever they call
So,
it. Serial? Yeah, that you
Yeah,
come on
so-
Serial.
all over a dent in your car.
It's just a scuff bumper, so
It is.
the other side of it, it's really not that big of a deal.
What you need to do is find out where she lives, go and just scuff her bumper one night. With like some sandpaper, just walk up and like lightly abrasive, her bumper, be like, there, bitch.
The cop not being able to do anything.
That sounds crazy.
A buddy of mine is dating a girl going through a divorce. The husband is a drug addict, nut job, psychopath that has been threatening to kill him. And it got to
dating
the
my
point,
ex.
got to the
Right?
point where the soon-to-be ex-husband and two goons showed up at like their regular, and the cops had to be called. And then, but there was a series of, here are all the text messages. Here, I have to file a report on this. That was the suggestion that was given to him. At least file a report, so if something does happen or it does become confrontational, there's a paper trail. That was
Right.
like, you notified the police at the first sign of trouble when shit got really weird. So when it did get really weird and the guy showed up at the bar, then the cop that showed up was like, I can't do anything because he hasn't been specific about how he's going to kill you.
Yeah.
You just don't want to fill out the fucking paperwork.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
That
he has to describe
I'm
which
pretty sure-
entrail he takes out first.
Yeah.
What level
I'm
of...
gonna kill you is a threat. I don't think you need to get more specific
Yeah.
than.
I don't even know if he
Which
said, I'm going to
type of
shoot
bad
you,
being
I'm going
handler
to
is
knife, I'm going to cut you, I'm going to cut you. I don't know what levels specifics do you have to have.
Right.
He's right there on the other side of the bar, all strung out on crank, staring at me, ready to kill me. So that's pretty specific right there.
Seems to be.
Do you have to wait till he comes over and kills me before you do shit?
Well, did he send you a note telling you he was going to? Because if there's no paperwork beforehand, I don't know that I could do anything about it.
It's the serve and protect. It's their revenue generators first and foremost, and then
There's no serve and protect anymore. It seems like.
to come in and sort out the damage after something's been done. But I'm sorry I can't do anything because you were told to do this, and now it's just this bureaucratic double talk that is like saving myself the time. He went back to the fucking Chick-fil-A.
No, the cop actually was really nice because he spent probably about an hour and a half with me talking about the whole thing, and he's like, if you really, really want to, he's like, I can file the report, and he's like, I'll do this for you. He's like, but I'm telling you, I wouldn't do this if I were in the same situation.
And it definitely sounds like a police officer has a crush on you. That's what that sounds like.
He gave me his personal cell
what
phone
I'm
number.
One fist into another thing about a cop, he's gonna beat up.
Yeah, no, but he had given me his personal cell phone number. He's like, here's my name, here's my number.
Here's a list of turn-ons.
Like when you get home, when you talk to your husband, if you decide you guys really want to file the.
And when he said husband, he did the quotes thing too.
Yeah. But he was funny because he's like, it's just gonna jack up your insurance rate. I mean, you can't be like over 20, right? And I was like, I'm like 26, dude. And he's like, really?
Oh, 26.
Yeah, you're too old for me.
Well, because apparently, like with women, when you hit 21, your insurance rates drop.
Yeah, 25
and then
for men.
It's 25. Yeah. So he thought that I was gonna have to, deal with my rates going crazy, and I was like, no, like I'm old.
And women complain about not having suffrage forever. Meanwhile, we're still dealing with this issue as men.
White men, we got it the worst.
Absolutely, no one could argue that we do not have it the worst.
To be fair, teenage boys are like the worst fucking drivers ever. So.
To be fair, teenage boys are the worst people ever.
I don't know. The highways and byways of Dallas-Fort Worth are not filled with teenage boys. They're filled with selfish dickheads that drive like assholes.
Yeah.
I have to get one of those fucking thunder jackets or whatever you put on. I'm fortunate that I don't have to deal with 9 to 5 rush hour shit, but I had to the other day, and
it makes you want to kill someone.
They fucked up the tollway on a Sunday. Mm-hmm. Why is there a multiple vehicle accident? You dicks.
Heaven forbid there's any precipitation at all. If it's like misty out, there will be 15 car wrecks all around the Metroplex, and just people cannot drive in rain.
Yeah, no. From this whole thing, I'm gonna get the cams installed on my car.
Oh, you'll be like Russian people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice.
That way, when I see crazy shit, now I can like just post.
Are you
it.
gonna start talking in the accent all the time?
How much?
Like this?
How much? What kind of memory card do you have to have the GoPro running?
I don't know.
Constantly?
It's not you don't actually buy a GoPro. It's just like they make little dash cams, and they're not super.
I think you put in like an
expensive.
SD card and it records 24 hours at a time.
Yeah, it kind of depends
Like
on how
records over and over again
intense
when
you
your
wanna
car's
get with
running.
it.
And so unless
It
something
automatically
happens, it
records over.
Right, yeah. And so I think that when something happens, that's when you pop the thing out.
You don't have to fill the trunk
And
with
you swallow
servers.
You're constantly streaming up to the cloud.
What I heard
24/7.
is that you're supposed to get ones that go front and back, and then you have another one that actually looks at you. That way, if you're ever in an accident, you can prove I wasn't on my cell phone, I wasn't distracted. Or
Yeah, but that's the
whatever.
problem is because when I'm on my cell phone, I don't want them seeing that footage later.
But then you go,
Or when I'm like, I'm going to ram
it wasn't
intentionally into that kid, and I say that out
Well,
loud.
it would be good footage of flesh coming off of my face as the glass smashes me.
Yeah, so.
Well, speaking of bad traffic, Jason, you're visiting from LA.
Yeah,
Who is notorious for having no traffic problems whatsoever.
it runs smooth like butter. Everyone
the
is
trains in
cordial, and
Mussolini, yeah.
There's a lot of this.
Have you ever seen that once in LA? Have you ever gotten a...
So,
No, the thing is just to wave and take it. It's the other, you get the back of the hand where it's like, sorry, not sorry, bye. It's the very presumptuous dick wave that you see. I'm sorry.
I have totally mastered that too because I'm the guy who can
often do this.
just get 2 inches of my car in where they can't get around, and then I'm like, thanks, you're so nice for letting me in when I have no choice in this they're saying the matter whatsoever.
Yeah.
I don't have like my own car. So I'm in, like I do a lot of house sitting and primarily pet sitting, and so these are really great
And
people.
this is sexual or non-sexual pet sitting?
Totally non-sexual.
Okay.
But I'll take people to the airport, and then they let me use their car for the week, or however long they're gone. And so I do drive, but I've got to sort out my own wheels at some point because LA, much like Dallas, is impossible to actually serve. It's a commuter public transportation system.
Yeah.
It's not designed for,
because
like
they-
Manhattan, all Manhattan Island can fit on DFW Airport's property.
Yeah.
But Chicago is relatively condensed. San Francisco is 7 square miles.
Sprawling, yeah.
But Los Angeles it's
Well, and they
just
did
insane.
originally have the streetcars and the trolley, but as we all saw in that famous documentary, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Cloverleaf came in and destroyed all that infrastructure basically to sell more cars in the area, and that's left it a gigantic, sprawling mess out there, from my understanding.
It's the ride sharing, Uber and Lyft, the Zip car, some of those things I think are where we need to go. Like Russia,
Yeah.
I lived there for 6.5 years, and that was the original Lyft where you just gypsy cab it. You would just wave down a private individual, they pull over, you'd open the door, you'd tell them where you're going,
Oh, that's awesome.
You'd negotiate a price, and then drunkenly you'd get in and they'd get you home. And
Yeah,
it
you
was
do
the
that here
safest
too,
thing ever.
but you usually end up like in a ditch, dead.
Dead.
outside
Yeah.
of the road,
Yep. Hitchhiking is, I think, what it's called. It's safe still in places like Canada, and we'll pick up hitchhikers
Yeah.
in Canada. I
Wow.
mean, it's just kind of like the
Because
social
Canada's
contract.
the nicest place in the world.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
So
fantastic.
you get in, you're traveling 5 miles down the road, and you realize you've been riding with a moose. You're like, I totally
Missed
not.
it.
But then again, I don't see species. I'm
yeah.
I'm a forward think. I'm progressive.
But the LA, I've got a picture that I should have. It was raining, and it was all just solid red with accident marks all over.
Oh yeah.
It's absurd what happened.
The
It's the
one
same
day it
thing.
rained in LA in the last year.
Yeah,
That's all.
I imagine. That happened the other day in Dallas. It was like mildly overcast, and
Yes.
Waze was lit up with exclamation marks all in a row. I'm like, it's barely overcast. It's like it's sprinkled,
Yeah.
and there were 15 accidents from Mockingbird to downtown. 15.
Hurry up,
That doesn't
Google
even make
car.
sense.
I need automated systems.
Yeah, I'm all down for this Google car thing.
But insurance companies are big enough and powerful enough that they're going to do their best, much like the electric car, to stop it. The auto industry killed the electric car initially,
Yeah.
and then, but they want your rates to go up. They need accidents. If we were all on a monorail system or
Well, what's
some,
interesting
like
is-
it's state fair time and the piece of shit cars that the kids sit in, it just
What's
rattles
interesting
around.
is, though, is they kind of don't need the rights. Only I was talking to this insurance guy one time on an airplane, and I said, so how do y'all figure rates? He's like, well, essentially, if you have an accident, we consider you statistically more likely to have an accident, so your rates go up every year. And I'm like, so what happens if you don't have accidents? He's like, well, then the odds of you having an accident become more likely, and your
Yeah.
rates go up every year. He's like, either way, your rates go up because either you're more likely to have a wreck, or it's likely you're going to have a wreck because you haven't.
Well, because
It's just-
they make all their money off people paying rates that don't have accidents. They
Right,
make
yeah.
their money off good drivers. I know the first accident I had, it was the first month I had my driver's license. My dad let me drive his Mazda Miata instead of the big giant minivan.
Your dad's gay? That's crazy.
But so they were letting me drive the Miata to be nice, and I was going to meet a boy that I should not have been meeting. And
Why was he black and your
Yeah.
parents didn't approve? Was this Footloose?
Yes, how did you
okay,
know?
I didn't know.
No,
He was the
but
local
there's-
dancing teenager who came into town and tried to stir up
Yeah,
authorities.
no, but there was a bunch of cars parked on the side of the road and couldn't see over them in my roller skate car, and inched out and just got T-boned by someone in an Isuzu rodeo. And our insurance agent, who is like a saint, found a way to lower my rates.
That's very unusual.
It is.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to be listening to the Plaid Jackets, Adam West as Batman. I've actually never heard the song before, but I like the name. I like Adam West, I like Batman. So that's what we're going with today. And for those people at home that don't like Adam West, you can turn off your internet right now and go play in dirt for all I care. Here we go. Adam West is Batman. If we have audio today, we're going to see what's going on.
Treat every mic like it's hot.
We've all got our superheroes, that's for sure. A Superman, Spider-Man, and the King Crusader. There's only one man
That could just be us.
And this song's for you, Mr. Adam West. 'Cause
No,
Adam
not
West
for that.
is Batman.
I need you, I'll just cut stage left.
It's Batman. Yeah.
Here, buddy. I'm doing the whole ventriloquist thing.
I think you called me that.
Wait a minute.
Send me for Pitching Puff. How about that?
It's to your phone. Should be the weed trivia.
The Google Hangout stuff is
I got nothing against
really,
Mr. Christian
we went
Bale.
from
And that Michael King had the Vicky Vale. But there's only one man fights off great white sharks with an aerosol spray can. Adam West can. He's Adam West is Batman. Adam West is Batman. Yeah. He puts others in the trash can. Yes, he does. Adam West is Batman. Oh, we've all got our superheroes, that's for sure. A Superman, Spider-Man, and the Kid Crusader. There's only one man that stands above the rest. And we salute you, Mr. Adam West, 'cause Adam West is Batman. And Adam West is Batman. He puts bad guys in the trash can, yeah. Adam West is Batman. Adam West is Batman, yeah.
All right, everybody, we're back. Whoa, let's see.
Whoa.
We're operating at a weird capacity today. They've redone stuff in the studio. We weren't informed about it. It's very, very tricky today, so we're all on pins and needles here.
It's like
we want to
days.
talk about one of our sponsors today. We're going to talk about Pitch and Puff. Now, here's the best part. I told Matt, I don't want to know anything about our sponsors until I have to read it live on air, because that's what keeps it fresh. That's what keeps it exciting. And so I want to talk about our good friend Chris and his company, Pitch and Puff, Pitch and Puff is the product.
That is correct.
Puffingtons is the company. Here we go.
Correct.
Let's see it right here.
I want the hat.
And for some reason, we are not getting... Boy, today is something else. Okay, so here we go. Puffingtons, you want a hat?
Yeah.
Okay. Woo! Good catch, female.
Yeah.
All right, here you go. So here's the copy I was just sent directly from our producers up at the corporate level. Puffington's Golf is the leading lifestyle brand in the canna golf space. That's supposed to be like golf and cannabis. They pushed that together there. Our products were developed from the observation that people need to have fun and low. Again, I'm not quite sure what that means. Who narrated the documentary film Grass about marijuana? Should I read that with better punctuation that wasn't included? I think it was supposed to be,
no.
who narrated the 1999 documentary film Grass about marijuana?
I like how you look at the non-stoner in the room.
Hey,
Yeah, I want to know. You know it?
I'm going to actually read this because I've read this before. So let's start back at the beginning with this. Okay, so we'll go after your can of golf because you did explain that very well.
Here we go.
Our products were developed from the observation that people need a fun and low-key way to par.
Wow,
as in golf
none of that came
and
through at
tee,
all. Nope.
both on and off the course.
None of that came through.
Get all your golf needs at pitchandpuff.com. Follow them on Instagram and Twitter.
That came later after the. Here's what it looks for me. And people, and again, because we're talking about Pitch and Puff and Puffington's here, I think this is fine. They're getting their name out there. No, mine goes, the people need to fun and low who narrated the 1990 documentary film Grass about marijuana. Woody Harrelson, by the way. And what did Afroman forget to do because he got high?
Don't go
the
through all of our
key
that's
way
our
to
weed,
party both on and off the
question
course?
for next week. for when
But I'm
Sean's
telling you,
actually in the
no,
studio.
we're addressing this right
Okay,
now.
well, don't.
So because
No, we're
ruin the
doing-
questions.
we're doing this
I
right
am
now.
not doing new weed
We're
questions.
doing
I had
this right
seven.
now.
7 was all that I had.
Again, here's what I got, right?
So it
People
like
need-
broke the text
You're
up.
right,
into
yeah. So
parts.
people need a fun and low who narrated the 1990 documentary film. Woody Harrelson. What did Afro-Man forget to do because they got high? Where did the great Shaquille way to party both on and off the course? Get all your golf needs. Pitch and Puff, and that's an N, just the letter N.com, and follow them on Instagram and Twitter. Pitch and Puff, the Or.
And I've always said,
Okay, the Or.
worst phone
Milk off the place in the song of the Great Smoke by L. Silverstein, Yankee Stadium. This seems like a stoner tie. I like this. This is actually a better sell for the product than if it had come through
What
correctly.
year is your phone from again? Is that a flip phone that you have over
Mine
there?
is a state-of-the-art texting machine. I don't know what yours is. Your little, was that a leapfrog? Yeah.
Don't bring
I
leapfrog
have the
into this.
iPhone.
I have a jitterbug. I just have 3 buttons. It's very
Yeah,
confusing.
next time I go out on a date, I'm taking my jitterbug out from in front of my date.
So I always tell my husband that like I don't when we have kids I don't want them to have cell phones till like they start driving because I was an entitled little shit and I didn't get a cell phone till I started driving, so
Yeah.
my kids shouldn't either.
My kids aren't getting girlfriends till they're 15 either, just like me.
Yeah.
I'm not getting kids.
Dude,
So
I couldn't date until I was in senior high.
As senior high?
Yeah, because so Plano's broken up into high school and senior
Oh,
high,
gotcha.
so it's
Okay,
9, 10,
okay.
11, 12, and I couldn't date until I was an 11th grader.
That's weird. I don't think my parents ever put restrictions, but I think I had a girlfriend in the 8th grade.
No, because
Yeah,
I was a
Mei Lee.
freshman.
I was, she was my girlfriend in the 8th
Yeah,
grade.
no, when I was
Shout
a
out to
freshman, I
Mei
was
Lee.
invited
Shout out to Mei Lee.
homecoming because I was dating a junior,
Mm-hmm.
and my parents like shut that down. So
And you went and married
like,
the,
nope,
and then she went out and married the first boy that proposed to her, Tommy.
I
Genius.
did. That is technically correct.
That's a sweet story.
So, poor Tommy, he's never, for all the people know, he's not even a real person. He's never been on the show, but we talk about him
Actually
so
listening
much.
to the show today.
I know, that's why I'm enjoying it, because I don't know how often he watches.
I'm sure
Poor,
we get a text.
poor Tommy,
in like
he's
5
talked about on the
minutes.
show so much that he's
does.
like a secondary off-screen. He's like Columbo's wife. You know, I like this. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
So,
And to finish that out,
Yeah.
Pitch and Puff, the original hole-in-one one-hitter.
perfect.
All
Perfect.
right. Yay.
What I like
I am 100% on board with.
I like today because we've had 0 flaws. It's been a near perfect show. Yeah, I love it. Okay.
What is there? Because it started with Frolf, or you can't. It's disc golf. You can't call it frisbee because it's
Right now
copyrighted
it's
word.
extreme. What is it?
But the
But it's
like
frisbee golf or disc golf.
you can't say frisbee because that's a
Copyright.
Copyright, so it's disc
Oh,
golf.
that's
But the
right.
Frolf or whatever. But that was the original outdoor golf stoned
Right.
activity.
Oh,
like,
yes.
The difference between doing it not stoned and stoned are 2 completely different outdoor experiences.
Have
The-
you seen like how
I don't know.
intricate,
Golfing
like,
is
the
pretty
disc
fun.
golf stuff is?
yeah, no, there's
My coworker's husband does it, and she was explaining like you don't just get a frisbee and go play.
No, there's different discs for
there's
pitching,
putters,
putting, driving.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, and they're expensive.
Well, that's like,
oh
you
my
don't just
God.
get a pair of golf clubs and go play golf. You've got to prepare. You've got to take water bottles, empty them out, fill them up with vodka, so it looks like you're drinking water on the course.
Yeah.
You've got to make sure your weed is packed in like usually a one hitter. You can't take like a
your
bubbler
golf
or something
tee?
out there, and you're now
pitch and puff.
Exactly. Yeah. There's a lot more to golf than hitting a little ball around the course. The recreational drug use is something you got to prepare for beforehand.
and it's also a very athletic endeavor. I mean, all of that aside, the actual physical game of golf, if you don't think it's a sport, it's because you've never played it.
Yeah, I love
the
golf.
because it's
I
not.
really enjoy it.
I
It's-
like that the concept of golf is to play as little golf as possible.
To get so good at it, you do.
Yep.
I think that's also boxing. If you could lay somebody up in 2 punches, you don't want to go 3 rounds if you don't have to, you know?
No, I find it funny that it's a sport where the object of the game is to play as little of it as possible.
It depends on where you are and what stage of your life. I know guys that are in their 20s that are playing and taking that approach, and they want to play 36 holes in one day. Then I know guys that are retirement age that join country clubs or golf courses and get memberships based on the slowest rounds. because they hate their wives.
Yeah,
So
that's absolutely,
they
I definitely played people that are dragging their feet out there that are there to not go
just to
home.
not have to be home
Yeah.
with that bitch anymore that they've been with for 50 years. Because we were never designed to be together. We weren't designed to be alive that long,
Not at all.
let alone married that long.
So-
I should have died.
We
5
should.
years
I'll take
ago.
Tommy out. We'll go golfing one day.
If only.
Do you guys play golf?
I do.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I've played for years. I love it.
I played
It's
Hot
the-
Shots golf
it's
on the
the-
PlayStation
I'm really good at mini
2
golf.
a lot.
I mean,
was
like
really
I go
good
to
at that.
Top Golf and stuff too, but no, I like going out to a nice course and playing a nice round in the morning or late in the evening.
Dude,
Most
the-
of it I've done
if
is
you,
putt-putt.
you like playing?
I got my sticks in town. If the Peninsula out in the Colony,
Yeah.
it's a 9-hole course, double green, double tee. So you play from either the reds or the yellows.
Yeah.
So you play that same 9 twice. But the place was purchased by a guy that owned Mexican restaurants. So like the breakfast burritos are awesome. On the weekends they have
eating while you're
they're
putting some
grilling
of my
food
favorite
as you're
things.
coming in and returning the cart, and there's a patio area and you're overlooking Lake Louisville, and it's never that busy. You can get an annual unlimited membership thing for $400 and
Really?
$500.
It's just a great way to like go enjoy yourself out in the sun. You're walking around a little bit, or you're driving drunk. You get to eat, you get to drink, you get
Bring
to
the one hitter
smoke.
out. You do 3 or 4 hits around.
Yeah.
I played barefoot a couple weeks ago again.
I've done that too when I
for the
I'll
first
wear
time since I was a
flip-flops.
kid.
I love it.
It was fantastic. So the Peninsula is
Taylor,
my
you never
favorite place.
play golf? We're going out.
I can only
We'll play.
imagine I would be horrible at it.
Yes, you
Everybody's
will.
horrible right
Like,
off the bat.
Hit the ball and it goes that way,
Yep.
and I aimed
Yep,
like
that's
there.
welcome
That's what's
to
going to
golf.
happen. But you can also go to the driving range and practice and get ready.
That's what you want to do. I try to go for like 20 minutes beforehand before I actually
Yeah.
go play. Just work out some of the kinks of my slices and hooks, and then I go play.
We're
We're going.
Fantastic.
We're going. We'll have some fun.
Yeah, no, I've never even been to like Top Golf or anything. So
Oh, that's a good place to start because there's no
Making contact and there's no penalty and no one's waiting behind. You can have a beer.
You go
can,
up to the second story. It feels like you're here to
yeah,
get
I
extra
feel like
far
adding
for new
alcohol
people.
in this would like make it just way worse.
It's kind of like playing pool. You get out of your own way mentally.
There's a part where you kind of hit a
expert at
groove with a few drinks in you, where you're actually because you get over that. Like Carol used to have a hard time of like wanting to swing all the way through. Like she was real soft. You get 2 or 3 drinks in her, all of a sudden she's beating the living shit out of that thing, and she's tripling her distance. And so 1 or 2 drinks in, you're going to start actually playing a little better because you're not so self-conscious, you're not thinking about it.
I
6
will
drinks
play.
in, you drive the cart into the water hazard. So there's a
play.
balance in there
I have
somewhere.
run my golf cart over a
person?
small water. No, what is that? They had a small fire hydrant that was like about 1.5 feet tall, and I got my cart up on that because we were driving at night and I couldn't see it. And we managed to get it off and return it, and nobody questioned us. And then I left Arkansas and came back to Texas, so I never said anything about it to anybody.
No, I will play
They're still
golf
waiting
if
with
you
that
guys
warrant.
give me like a Happy Gilmore driver.
Do I?
If I get like a Happy Gilmore hockey stick driver.
Oh, yeah. They sell all sorts of weird ones. I myself have developed my own personal putter that I'm going to try to.
It can't look
start
any more
using.
ridiculous than the putters they're using nowadays.
Some of them are
The ones
really
that
They're-
like
they're-
are
mini
this
golf putter.
freaking long.
They're reeling in the long putters are gone. The ones that you can bury into your bar. This is belly.
The belly putters,
Those
yeah.
are going away after this season. So next year you won't see any more of those.
Yeah,
But-
those
but
are
the
weird.
putter heads
The
that
heads
are
that are like ridiculous.
Yeah.
gigantic trapezoids or whatever. Yeah.
So I used a Ghost Manta, a TaylorMade Ghost Manta, and I love that thing. And here's how you pick your clubs. You try out 100 pairs, and one of them all of a sudden you're going to go, well, this one feels better than the others. It's just like driving a car. Like one of them's just going to feel more correct than the others. And that one, every time I hit it, every time I was singing them on the green every time, and I was like, that's what I'm going to play with.
No, my very waspy sort of pastime is horseback riding. So
I like horseback riding too. I used to ride a lot when I was a kid. I used to do quarter
Golf,
horses.
and I'll just
What we need to do
walk
then is
around in
apparently
Lacoste
we need to
shirts
get
all the
into
time.
polo, is it polio or polo? Which one's the fun one?
Avoid polio.
Polio is the
Polio
fun one.
can be a fun
You get to
one.
lay around doing nothing all day.
Oh, that's right. Lazy people with polio.
Braces.
So, and again, it seems like once you're in a wheelchair, you should get back into like there should be a thing just like with riding the horses. Polio polo. And I'm telling you, it's a $1 million idea right there.
Did he get back on the horse after that? Christopher
What?
Reeves?
Did Christopher Reeves get back on the horse?
Yes.
Dude,
Because
one of
he
my
was playing
trainers was
polio and
at
he
that
fell
show when
and-
that happened.
Do I?
One of my trainers was at that show when it happened.
Really?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Or fortunate. I don't know which one that would be.
No, she said like he wasn't riding his normal horse. He was riding a horse that was too small for him, and he threw himself too much in front of the horse. So when he went to do the jump, the horse said nope, and he just went straight into the fence.
Well, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Good.
And on that down note,
That's what I meant. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. We're going to listen to a song from the Plaid Jacket Skinks. I did enjoy that last song. This one's going to be called Captain Kirk. So I assume all of these are themed on characters from television. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we are going to do a little bit of trivia, just about some comedy movies. Jason is a comedian. We really thought this all the way through.
Yep.
So we're going to come back and we're going to do some trivia. Taylor, you want to give your husband a call and make sure everything's okay at the house? I'm just getting this weird feeling.
What's our sound engineer?
Something's
Is at
going
the
wrong
house?
over there.
Yeah. The one guy at the house.
The one guy who's doing our audio correction, from
Yeah.
the place.
No.
All right, when you're having a great time watching Fun Time Good Show in front of you right now. Don't leave because we're coming back, maybe.
Who knows?
And that's not us. That's a different show. There we go. Wait for it, people. Excellent.
Like Captain Kirk, I want to travel far, like Captain Kirk. I want to be a ladies' man, like Captain Kirk, and be big in Japan, like Captain Kirk.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back on the air, supposedly, because we still don't have any
Rumor has
studio
it.
audio. Yeah. Rumor has it. So we're back on the air again. And other jokes like that.
apparently you and Jason are still really loud.
Really? All right, we're going to have to back off. I'm just going to move the mic here. All right, so one of the first things I want to talk about is Jason's performing very soon.
Dancing like a monkey.
That's right. Jason, you want to tell us a little bit about the upcoming show?
Tonight closes out a nice month-long run of shows that I've had in Dallas-Fort Worth. I'm at the Addison Improv with Michael Blackson. We've sold out every show.
Yeah.
That is incredible. I had zero to do with it. I've never heard of me either. So, but if there's a Fun Times Good Show listener that would like to come out, we can. I will make sure that 2 seats are available for one of your listeners.
Right. So right now, if you hit us up on Twitter or Instagram with the hashtag FTGS,
Yay!
then we'll give you those tickets. So make sure you hit us on Twitter, Instagram with the hashtag, the letters I just said. So I'm not handing them out again. No cheat. Do we have somebody already?
Oh no, I was just giving you a thumbs up.
Oh,
because
just
you got the
giving you a thumbs
hashtag
up.
right. So.
No, you didn't screw something else up today.
So
That's support right there.
also hashtag supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. You get that in there.
Boom.
I'm giving you a free picture pop.
Well, we did get to see you a couple times, I guess, while you're here. But the Brouhaha was a great show. That you
Yeah,
did,
that was great. My
last
friend
week.
Deep Elm Brewing.
Yeah.
Chris T. Hobbs, which sounds like a girl name but isn't. Lead singer of Onward We March, one of a great Dallas metal band here.
Yeah.
Saw you for the first time and just about died laughing like a little girl. He had a blast.
That's awesome. Yeah, that was. This is the second season of the comedy Brouhaha. It's been a really incredible, like I said, month-long thing. Seeing great things like the comedy Brouhaha take off. Sappy Herndon being on the Today Show.
Crushing it.
Dallas has a 10-year-old comedian. There was another 10-year-old comedian that performed at she's like one of Chris Porter, who's the headliner at the Arlington Improv. She does like, she was doing like impersonations of him, of his new Netflix special, Angry and Uglier. So there was a 10-year-old girl that performed at the Arlington Improv last night. They were able to get her up and stuff. The Comedy Brouhaha second season is 3 times as many microbrews. So it's like
Again, with
the
Tyson
great
Frazier
microbrew
from
scene.
American Gladiator,
Right.
who set that up.
Yeah, he's a gladiator.
I think we got 17 shows this time. They did 17
Wow.
shows this time. And,
Crazy. So we had like 145, 150 people that came out, but for $20 you get a pint glass that you get to take home, 3 beers.
Did we take our glass home? No, but we also literally. I used to run a beer show, and I still to this day give away pint glasses when people come over from my personal collection of like every brewery in Dallas, every group, every growler house. I mean, like there was a time where if you came over, you would leave with a pint glass for my house because I couldn't deal with having any more of them there. And no, we let them for the
we
homeless.
failed at doing the tour. We had too many beers at that point, so we just found a table and we chatted up for a while.
Yeah.
It's a different way in which to see comedy, and it's from our Paul Verghese and the comedy crawl that we've been doing.
Who?
Paul Verghese. We're at the point where we're looking at taking it on the road to other cities and stuff. Looking at doing the what was it? The
Apparently, somebody was playing in the background.
the Google Plus is a thing. I tell people about
Yes.
that, and they look at you like MySpace is dead. No, it's a real thing. So like the Improv has been really working hard with the Google Plus and the Hangouts, where you can watch live shows streaming
Okay.
from the Improv or from Arlington. It's just kind of getting warmed up, but it's been an incredible month run of seeing amazing things happening in a great scene, very supportive scene. So
They do the shows, they do interviews, right? You did an interview on there, and I think that's going to be something, along with Clint. Clint won the Dallas Observer,
Again, yeah.
funniest comic in Texas. He talked about the comedy scene around here, and just being able to put something together that people will come and support and continue to support live comedy, because it's so hard to get that consistent for whatever reason. People go to one comedy show and they go, well, it wasn't that good, so I'm never going to go again,
or have never been to a live show, or watching a special on Netflix or something is great, but you can't replace a live show.
Right.
Like I was in Denver not that long ago, and the open mic at the Comedy Works, Tuesday night, $10 for people to get in. They had 140 people, audience members, that came in to watch the open mic, where it's incredible. Like the Observer has been very supportive, very thankful for all that, but like Dallas has no idea, we're still under the radar, but the industry knows that if you're a Dallas comic, there's a tremendous amount of respect, because guys have done amazing things. Dustin Ibarra on this year's Gotham to Tone Bell has a series coming out.
That's right.
with Zach Morris,
yeah.
goddammit.
From Saved by the Bell, and Christelle Alonso with her show on ABC, and there's just
Now,
so
who's
many.
the guy from Gotham?
Dustin Ibarra.
Which one is he?
He's playing the cannibal.
Okay. Oh, okay.
He's a Dallas comic
I
that
didn't know
started
that.
out
Oh,
at
that's
Hyenas, and is like, we had a moment with Mark Agee's pre-wedding send-off party in LA where there's this great photo that had like all these Dallas comics. Like a lot of wedding parties or receptions have these photo booths type things where people can put on goofy hats and mustaches or whatever and take a couple pictures. Well, we took that space, and there's like 25 heads sticking in there of Dallas comics. We did the West Side Comedy Theater in Santa Monica, and Shane Moss walked in. He's like, fucking Dallas, man. And like people, there were 8 comics in the green room. 6 of them were Dallas comics. There were 2 guys that weren't Dallas comics. Like, what are you talking about? It's like, all these fuckers are Dallas comics. So there's this quiet, silent Texas takeover, is what we, to ourselves, refer to it as, with like Jeffrey J doing amazing things with his comedy, and there's too many. Kirk Smith was in town doing shows.
Oh man, I love yeah.
There's just, and so my first experience being in LA versus now is completely different because there's an entire force. But just I hope that people that come out to things like the Brouhaha or the Comedy Crawl or whatever realize that this is a really unique scene in the country, and it's really unique from a performer standpoint because everybody is like family and is supportive, whether it's at DCH or Mockingbird. The club owners don't say that if you perform here, you can't perform there like they do in some markets.
Is that really a thing?
It's really a thing in a lot of markets and a lot of areas. That it's unfortunate because the more that we get to work, the better we're going to be when we come back and perform for you.
Exactly. That seems like a very odd thing to ration off.
Limit somebody's stage time.
That's very odd.
Yeah. So very lucky to have started here, and I've been very happy to be able to come back for this.
We have a winner, by the way.
Okay,
So.
let's tell us who won today.
At Samantha Plays on Twitter. She was the first
Going to the
to
show
tag in with the
tonight.
hashtag, and she is upset that we didn't do supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Did she spell it out on there?
She hashtag spelled it out.
Well, that's not hard. You can just hop over, copy and paste that. So no, we'll do a spelling bee, and if she can nail it there, then I'll buy her tickets for a
There
nice
you go,
dinner.
right.
Tickets for a nice dinner. I mean, I'll buy her a nice dinner. So, well, perfect then, Samantha. Congratulations on that. You want tickets to go see Jason James, one of my favorite comedians in Dallas. Well, in general, just there's
Yeah, you treat her like a woman comic. She's my favorite woman
comic. Yeah,
favorite comic.
she's a good driver for a woman.
For a-
Yeah. So, and with
that's
that,
never
we're going to
gonna
get
be
back around to the joke that started the whole show. Not a joke at all, but a Band-Aid. So, that's called a callback in professional comedic terms. So, I want to thank Jason James for coming in today. You're heading back out to LA when?
I think I'm going to run up to North Dakota first.
Which is a real place. I want to say that when you told me that, I had to go home and verify, but that is a real state.
It is.
And so that was nice to find out you weren't pulling my leg again.
I'm going to watch my nephew play football for the first time on Friday.
Oh, cool.
And then it's homecoming at the University of North Dakota. A roommate of mine is one of the honorary captains. It's kind of a reunion thing, so I'm going to drag my nephew out there and show him what these guys 20 years later or more that still mean a lot to me. That if you try in school, you get to play football in college. You can write your own ticket.
Yeah.
Because he's 6'3", 320 pounds, and just.
And you got to
a
tell him, you
beast.
like sit him down and explain. You need to get good at sports because I'm telling you, comedy is not going to make you good.
That's right. Your uncle just rolled in on Greyhound.
All right. Well, I want to say thanks to Samantha for and all the people that tuned in today. But congratulations to Samantha for winning the tickets. You're going to have an absolute great time with Jason James. As long as he doesn't get too handsy, he's a pretty good comic. I like him. So, Matt, is there anything else we're going to talk about? Sean McAllister was supposed to be on the show today from Normal. There was a miscommunication, and by miscommunication, I mean that he wrote down the wrong time for the show on his calendar. So we'll be moving him to next week, the week after, of course, one of the members of Normal. We're going to be giving stuff away at that show, too, all from Puffington's. So, again, thank you to our sponsor, Chris from Puffington's, to give stuff to give away on the show. Very excited to Pitch and Puff. Probably the greatest thing since the polio vaccine. So, and I'm sure even people with polio would agree with that.
Full show today.
Yeah. We said we were going to do trivia, but one of the great things about storytelling is you have to give some red herrings occasionally, and so we even put the prop out there, and we didn't use it because I wanted to give people hope, and then dash that hope.
Yeah.
So, thanks, Obama. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for watching episode 1 of season 6 of Fun Time Good Show. We're going to be back next week with Matt. Who's going to be on the show?
Next week is the creator of Inspired by Nerds, Samantha. She's going to come in. She's got a booth at Dallas Comic Con, which is 2 weeks from now, and so she's going to come in with some goodies and just talk.
And now
nerdy
this
stuff.
is Comic Con, and make sure I'm understanding that that's not where it's convicted felons who are trying to become stand-up comedians.
Correct.
Because I got confused
That's
last year.
Convict Comic Con.
Oh, gotcha. Convict Con.
So
I like
this is just Dallas Comic Con.
Gotcha. Very, very enjoyable. Okay. So you have that to look forward next week. Of course, we'll reschedule with Sean. Sean, again, sorry he couldn't be on the show today, but really, I think it went pretty well without you, to be honest. So I had to look them right in the soul when I said that and be like, dude, we didn't really need you. No, Sean will be coming on. Of course, a great friend of the show. He's been on before, and we look forward to having him on. And again, Jason James performing tonight. One more time, give us a little info.
Addison Improv. The show's going to sell out. Call 972-404-8501 now. Like, quick. They've
Look at
been
you having
turning
a
people
phone
away.
number memorized.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any phone number memorized?
2015, that's fantastic.
I have to look up 911 on my phone when I call because I can never remember it.
Yeah.
All right, guys, on that perfect joke, we're going to end the show. No more jokes. That's it. You've been watching season 6 of Fun Time Good Show. Stay tuned for the next 7 or 9 weeks because we're going to be dealing with Cowboys games. Some of the shows will be a little spaced out. It won't be 7 continuous shows in a row. So you'll have to occasionally miss a week, or
But there will be 7 amazing shows.
There will be 7 amazing shows and 1. Yeah, well, I'm going to put it in.
That'll be the one that I'm not here for.
That's true. Oh, we do have Tallywhackers this season. I do want to throw it out
bastards.
there. And I'm sorry.
Tallywhackers when I will be at
Which is,
Comic-Con.
if you don't know Tallywhackers, that's the female version of Hooters.
I
or the
thought that
male
was an
version of
Onion article.
Hooters.
That's a place?
No,
That's
it's
a real
real.
place. So Taylor's
on
really
lemon.
upset because we scheduled them for her to
You have to
get
tell me
nervous
where.
around them.
Yeah.
We
I
even
knew
asked
where
for
it would
people.
be.
We even asked for people that only look like James Dean
Oh,
to
my
come in.
God.
So I'm so sorry, but
You're killing me.
they're not going to be there.
Killing me.
All right, guys. Well, that's it. I said no more jokes, and I'm sticking to it. None of those were funny. See you next episode. Bye.
Bye.